Well, praise the Most High today, family. Hallelujah. We say hallelujah and praise the highest today. The Most High is so good to us, family. So good to us. It's a fine day here in the Carolinas, and we're so glad to see it. We're out today taking we have a few doctor's appointments, and we thank the Most High. We went to Kingston earlier this morning, and now we're out here in Goldsboro to have our final appointment. We thank the Most High for it, that all things are going swell, just swell. Hallelujah. And we started off early this morning, family, with a grand idea from the Most High. Hallelujah. And once again, when I woke up, the Most High told me to peep over there to Strong's, and let's use that word from over there in the Hebrew word for Strong's 624 is a soft. All suf. That's how it looks like it's pronounced. Hallelujah. First, let me say I hope everyone is well today, and that, like myself, you're able to get out and enjoy this day. Getting in some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, family, some good exercise. And while I was over here earlier, my doctor's appointment isn't until 2. So I slid by my brother's shop, Eden Wellness, over here on Berkeley Boulevard. Yeah, Eden Wellness. And we'll put the information in the recording again. But I'm coming over here once a month getting this moringa. I was on the tablets, but this time I'm trying the moringa. Pardon me, I'm talking about moringa. The moringa powder. The moringa powder. And this goes straight into the bottled water or into a smoothie, or whatever you want to put it in. And also, I can't forget the toothpaste. There's some good stuff here, family. Very good. And like I said, I've been using these two products, just the toothpaste for the last month, but the moringa and the olive oil the last 2 months before this one. This is my 4th month on this product. And I must say, it's definitely regulating my weight. My skin is clearing up, and I feel so much more energy. I really hadn't been to a doctor to have my vitals checked until today, and my blood pressure was on point. But I haven't had my blood sugar checked, which I'm sure is on point because I feel great. And I'm still eating correctly. See, family, that's the whole point. You can't take good vitamins and good nutrients into your system if you're not putting the other part into your system, the foods, the fruits, the veggies, the good meats, not nothing unclean. Because if you're only doing partially correct, then you're still wrong. And you're not going to get the full benefit of taking the world's best or most nutrient-dense plant, putting it into your system every day, but you're still putting garbage behind it. It's not going to work. We say praise the highest today, family. Now do check out my brother over here. This is a brother I went to church with when I was a kid. And I looked up one day and I saw Dexter Jones on TikTok doing an infomercial for Eden Wellness. And he was boasting big, fam. He was boasting real big about this moringa and the many different products they have. And plus, you'll get a free moringa tea when you go in there for every visit. And family, is delicious. But yeah, Dexter Jones is a good man. I've known him since I was in my teenage years. Him along with the other brothers in the choir at Tabernacle of Prayer were our mentors. And Dexter ran a shop over here on Berkeley, a clothing shop. And I tell you, that man has always been dapper. Looks like he's always had his own clothes made, tailor-made, and quiet, a well-spoken individual when he did speak, and honest. So you can take him at his word like I have. And I feel good. It's good to be able to get a product in your system that you know the source and you know the people that's selling it to you, that they're trustworthy, and that the product is guaranteed to work. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But we were speaking on this idea today, and that the Most High gave it to me at 6:24 this morning. And the idea is called the transfer. The idea is transfer, the transfer. Hallelujah. And the previous idea was the return. Now the Most High said he's carrying us from the return to the transfer. And this word, osuf, it means a store, a supply of provisions. Hallelujah. Praise the Most High. Hallelujah. A supply of provisions, a storehouse or storehouses. And the first word or script that the Most High put into my mind was Proverbs 13:22. And it says, the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. And that full text says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. And this verse describes a cycle of generational wealth, where the righteous use the wealth of the wicked to leave an inheritance for their children. If the children are not taught how to manage their money, the wealth will pass into the hands of the next righteous generation. Hallelujah. And we have seen that in our own people. Years and years. And more than not, they haven't followed the rest of the Most High's laws, statutes, and commands. We haven't as a people until this time, because our time wasn't up yet. And the Most High hadn't awakened us to who we are as his people. But now that he has, he's ready to transfer over the wealth of the nations. Just as we spoke about in the prior recording, the return. The text says, if my people which are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven. Then I will heal the land. So family, what you think healing the land means if it's not the transfer? It's a transfer of not only power, but of, as we just said, the provisions, the favor. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And then we looked at Proverbs 60. Well, let me say that first. And all of this is coming from the prophecy that the Most High gave but gave Abram. He said, surely your seed or your descendants will be foreigners in a land that's not their own, and will be enslaved and oppressed for 400 years, but afterwards they will come out with great substance. Oh, let's back up. Enslaved and oppressed for 400 years, but afterwards I will punish the nation that has enslaved them, and they will come out with great substance. And see, that's where we're at now. We're coming out with great substance because we have returned. Not only to the Most High, but what he told us to do. And that's the proof that we have returned to him, by being obedient to what he's told us to do. He said, if you do this, I'll bless you. If you don't do this, then you're going to be cursed. You're going to curse yourself. Or you're going to bless yourself. Your choice. What the song go? How the song go? Him, me. Him, me. Do you really want him? Or do you really want me? Trying to make up our minds, family. And then we looked at Proverbs 6:30 and 30 through 31. And it says, people do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy himself when he is starving. Yet when he is found, he must restore sevenfold. He may have to give up all the substance of his house. And that's where we find this nation at now. They're going to have to give it all up because they're going into slavery. Don't let that be you, family. Don't let that be you. I'm speaking to the Gentiles now. And to Yasharal, that's hard-headed. You going into slavery too if you don't get some get right. See, it don't make no difference about who you are. If you don't accept Yahushua HaMashiach and his blood price paid for you to be welcomed back into the Most High's family, you're on your way to a burning hell. But while you're on this earth, you're on your way to slavery. Slavery to the system that has fooled you, saying you could do anything you want to do. You could be anybody you want to be, which is a lie. That's not going to happen. You have to submit and receive the Most High's will, plan, and desire for your life and walk it out through and by his Ruach HaKodesh, who leads us into all truth. So we don't have to scratch our heads and wonder, what am I supposed to do? Seek the Most High's face. Pass up that meal. Do a little fasting and praying. And he'll lead you into all truth. Because he wants you to know his will for your life more than you do. But he gave me this idea this morning and said provisions. A supply of provisions. A store. Which means it's stored up for us folks. To us folks that's walking in righteousness now. That's been seeking his face and following his laws, statutes, and commands. We're receiving the transfer. Pardon me. And this is not only the transfer of wealth, but the transfer of power. And the supernatural power of the Most High, as my sister Tradina Brown was speaking on this morning. She was saying we can ask for the supernatural power of the Most High. And I kindly remarked back, yep, as we are walking out his laws, statutes, and commandments, or being obedient to him, I think I said, then we have a right to come boldly to him, to his throne of grace. And then we can peek back over our shoulders and we'll see the signs and wonders following us. Because we're being obedient, because we're doing what he tells us to do, because we're following the example of Yahushua, who said, follow me. And he said we'll do greater works than he did. But this is what's being transferred over to us, family. And more influence. Hallelujah. He told me that about 3-4 months ago, pardon me. He was going to increase my influence. I said, I received that, Father. And he has. It's been a gradual increase to my influence. And I don't complain because he told me from the start, don't never worry about the numbers. Just worry about your audience of one, and that's me. Do what I tell you, and do it as if you're doing it to me. And you'll be fine, just fine. Hallelujah. Family, I thank the Most High for his transfer today. But let's back up. I thank him for his return, for us, his people, returning back to him. And not just one or two of us. See, he said he's going to regather us together and bring us back into our land. But first, we got to sit here for a little while as I have come to learn and see the reward of the wicked. See, we're going to see the reward of the wicked. Just as Moshe and them boys did. And I believe, and I said this before, I believe the Most High is doing this so we won't ever have to look over our shoulder and say, uh-oh, here them boys come. I knew they was coming to get us. And you know, the naysayers are always going to think that way. But the Most High is going to take care of that right here in the lands of our captivity. We're going to see them hauled off into slavery. And this is nothing to be bragging about, but we are going to see it. We're going to see them take their last breath. Or we're going to see it all. And it's not going to be a fun sight, but we're going to see it. Because the text says we're going to see the reward of the wicked. And just as Moshe told his people, you'll never see them. These Egyptians you see today, you'll never see them again. So don't worry, the Most High got you. And they witnessed the enemy swallowed up. And that's how we're going to witness the enemy of our souls swallowed up in that lake. Oh boy. So you don't want to be a part of his system. You need to come on out and follow the Most High's system. Because we're going to the return, from the return to the transfer. And I haven't thought of the last, but going into our land. The rebuild. Thank you, Pop. The rebuild. From the return to the Most High, the transfer of power and provision, the storehouse of the wicked being transferred over to the righteous, and then the rebuilding starts. Oh no, that money ain't to splurge and where the wealth ain't to splurge on yourself and think about just you. Notice I said just you. No. It's to build a nation. Hallelujah. And it's to think about the next generation. What our folks haven't been doing. See, we have to think about our next generations following us. That's why we must live the example of the return, of the transfer, and of the rebuilding. In our own personal lives first. Then we're coming together as a nation to carry it out. Oh, we love you so much, family. Do stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Hallelujah.